Welcome back. Welcome for the first time. This is the All Balls podcast. I'm Matt Wilson. That's Steve Depping across the table from me. How you doing, Steve?
I am excellent. This is now podcast number 3, I believe.
Number 3.
So, hopefully, we're improving every time. I say that every time, and I think
Hope so.
I think we're getting there. So
this time we're just going to jump into it, not try to segment anything. We've got a pretty cool conversation to be had today. With us right now is Reid Miller and one of his students. Reid, tell us who you are, what our involvement with you is, and we'll just go from there.
Yeah, what's up, guys? My name is Reid Miller. I am the Powersports instructor over here at the Fayette County Career and Technical Institute. I have one of my students, Slade Johnson, here with me today. He's a senior. My primary role here is to teach these younger kids powersports, small engine repair. We kind of do a little bit of everything in here, from dirt bikes, ATVs, a little bit of side-by-side work, lawnmowers, chainsaws, anything small engine related. But
Nice.
I've grown up racing for the last 20 years now, and that's where I've always wrenched at and had a passion for it. So I wanted to kind of give that to the kids, get them more involved in something that's dying to me, and just overall let them have a great time at school. When I was little, I hated school. I never wanted to be there, and I never thought I wanted to be a teacher. And now here I am. So my goal is just to make school enjoyable for these kids. So bringing the dirt bikes and stuff to school kind of makes that happen. And now that we have All Balls Racing as a part of our program here, it's completely turned around our year, giving these kids a ton of more work and learning experiences, and hopefully getting a lot more kids involved with this program.
So Reid, who's the gentleman next to you here? Why don't you introduce us to him?
This is my student, Slade Johnson. He's a senior and actually just graduated on Wednesday. So we congratulate him with that. He got his certification. He scored advanced on his overall test for the year. These students take a NOCTI test, so he got an advanced on his written part and his hands-on. So this is Slade. Let him take over. So
Absolutely. Hey, Slade, let us know, kind of fill us in on your background, where you came from, what you like to do in your spare time, what you've enjoyed about the class here, the course here, and what you plan to do in your future.
I'm Slade. I'm a student here at Powersports, and I grew up riding my whole life. I didn't start racing until about probably 4 years ago now. I never really knew how to work on my stuff until I came in here and learned pretty much everything I need to know. Brace, prep a bike, get ready for the weekend. Pretty much work on anything, really.
What have been some of the builds you've done this year?
A lot. My personal bike, we rebuilt it this winter for this race season. Couple other students' bikes we rebuilt.
a lot of top bottom ends.
Yeah, a lot of top and bottom ends.
A lot of bushings in his bike and other kids. He's like our bushing guy, so all the suspension linkages and everything, we make him do it. And he does all the other kids, and he's actually working at a suspension shop right now. So he's bringing stuff from there here, and we make him do it.
Tires too, a lot of tires.
Yeah.
So before you came into the program, had you had any aspirations of becoming a mechanic or making a career out of something like this?
No, not really.
No. Now, do you see yourself furthering it and doing that, going to college?
Yeah, I'm going to that Pro SX MX Tech School in Morgantown. Become a supercross mechanic, motocross mechanic.
Good deal.
That's excellent.
Yeah. Have you guys ever heard of that?
Go ahead.
Have you guys ever heard of that school?
I have, yes.
Yeah.
I know the origin of this. We started doing social media a couple of years ago, trying to revive our pages, knowing that there's some advantages there, and stumbled across Reid and this program on TikTok, and reached out to him and just said, "Hey, I want to know more about what's going on with your program." What inspired you, Reid, to just start putting this stuff out there? What were you looking for sponsorship, or did you just wanted people to know that there's programs like this and the kids are getting into it?
So actually, it was the same exact date last year. This time of the school year, me and 2 other kids were sitting in this classroom, and we had nothing going on, nothing to work on. And I was scrolling through TikTok, and I kept seeing dirt bike content. And one of my students told me that I needed to start recording what we do in here, and you might take off on social media. And I kind of gave him the runaround of how I don't have the time for it and all this. And then the next day we went outside and we did whole shots in the field with a couple bikes and started making videos. And I think I started with like 400 followers, and then every day by day we just kept seeing it like grow and grow and grow. And I was like, well, I can't stop now. So, I just kept putting the content out there with very little that I had. And then I kind of picked a bad time. So it was the end of the year and I had to go into summertime without the kids or anything going on. So I just wung it at home and did the best I could. And then school started back up. Matt found me on TikTok and sent me a message. And I didn't believe it at first because I never had anything like that happen to me from, whatever. Racing for 20 years, never got anything. So it was awesome for him to reach out. As soon as he called me, I called a couple of my students and I'm like, you're never going to believe this. Like, we've got a plan now, and if you could have saw our shop from last year to what it looks like now, you couldn't find a screw on the floor. And now if we have a second, I'll show you around our shop what it looks like. But it's just crazy what you guys provided for us.
Well, we appreciate everything you do for us. I mean, I realize we're sending your parts. We see it as an opportunity to get another generation of renters. Like you said, programs all over the country are in decline, but the passion for power sports, for dirt bike riding, and that whole dirt life thing hasn't. So we're going to do our best to keep the e-bikes out and the two strokes rolling. So we love what you're doing. How many kids do you have in the program now? How many are you graduating out this year? And what do you anticipate for years to come?
The last one's a hard one to answer because no one likes to hear what you really want to say about number wise, because the programs here, the shops are a little smaller. We'd like to expand one day, but last year I graduated 3 kids. One showed up every single day. The other 2 were rarely here. One's working full time now at a motorsports dealer locally to me. But this year I have a total around 34 kids. We graduated, I think, 8 seniors this year. Yeah, 8 seniors. Next year I'll be graduating around the same, 7 to 8. With the social media taking off and all these younger kids seeing my videos, him on here, they see all the other kids in these videos. So I'm going to be bombarded next year. Hopefully not. I've only got like 15 seats in this classroom, and I'd like to cap it at that. But yeah, it's our lack now is just the amount of equipment to keep so many kids busy and involved all times throughout the whole school year. That's definitely our biggest flaw right now. It's really nice this year because a majority of my class now rides and races, so they can bring their own stuff in, rebuild it, work on it. They're learning something, and then the other kids kind of have nothing to work on. What I'm afraid of next year is I'm losing a lot of my riders. So I'm going to be a little scarce on, training equipment, etc. You know what I mean?
Well, we keep firing parts at you to make sure you've got, you at least got the parts you need to do the builds. Hopefully things like this are going to encourage other sponsors to reach out and to help you with the program. We're a power sports community and we need each other. Whether it's other competitors' parts or equipment. So we're going to keep preaching it for you, and you keep doing it too. Yeah, that does remind me. Tell me, once we started the sponsorship, what was there a snowball effect? Were there other people that jumped on board and wanted to help you guys out?
Yeah, we had a couple other companies, like tool companies, reach out to me and send over some tools, like some grease fittings, torque wrenches, that kind of stuff. Nothing really major wise that I can think of. Bridgestone tires, they've always taken care of us as well, but you guys have definitely been the biggest impact for sure.
Hey, Slade, I heard you were on TV here recently. Tell me about that, man.
It was cool. It was a good experience. I had a lot of my friends on Snapchat texting me about seeing me on TV.
What was it though? Why were you on TV?
Oh, it was Supercross. They came and recorded a commercial for our school.
Very
what we
cool.
did here.
How did that come about? That's really cool.
I think me.
Yeah,
someone found me on Instagram and sent me a message. Like I said too, I didn't believe the guy at first because it was like just a totally random person. And then weeks later, I got a phone call from somebody, and then weeks on, I got another phone call, and they were here. So snowballed effect, but someone was watching my profile grow and seeing what I was doing, kind of lurking in the shadows, and just jumped out at the right time, and it was awesome. So
Very cool. And we got to do a shout out to you, Reid, because you had told us there were other companies that sponsor you that were quick once they heard that to want to get hats and T-shirts and stuff, and you're like, nah, we're an all ball shop. So you guys repped us on that commercial. We really appreciate it.
yeah, I made sure all the kids had all balls on, and some forget they're still kids, but they did a great job. And there's a couple that wear the shirts every single day, the hats, they love it.
Speaking of shirts, this is my opportunity to give that plug.
Yeah.
What you wearing over there, Steve?
Well, I've got my awesome all balls, all out sweatshirt here. This is actually one of my favorite designs. We've got, quite a few different designs that you can pick up on at allballsracingmerch.com. But we've got a wide variety of t-shirts, tank tops. There's some ladies apparel in there, hats, all kinds of cool things that you can check out, and priced reasonably, good quality stuff. I mean, this sweatshirt, it's pretty chilly here in Iowa today, and this sweatshirt's keeping me nice and toasty.
We always keep wondering when the riding season's going to start, and it's not starting.
Well,
It's
riding
frustrating.
season was 2 days ago, and now it's over.
Yeah, it's currently downpouring here, so
You guys are out of Uniontown, Pennsylvania, correct?
Yep.
yeah, we're about 15-20 minutes from High Point Raceway, if you listeners know where that's at.
Fantastic.
Very cool.
Well, hey, Reid, tell us a little bit about you and your background in riding, because we've got some news on that as well.
I started whenever I was 7 years old. My first race was actually at High Point Raceway down the road on a PW50. I'll never forget it. Poured down rain, and they made a grass track in the field, and that's what I raced my first one on a PW50. And ever since then, I've never stopped. I'm currently 31 and still racing. I try to as much as I can, but having little ones now and this job, I try not to get hurt. But these kids know when I show up, I go all out when I shouldn't. But it's fun. It's something I'll never give up until I'm old and decrepit and can't walk no more. But I strictly motocross. I never did any kind of woods until these kids came along, and that's all they do. So they try to get me out in the woods once in a while. My bike's not set up for it, and I always complain at the end of the day, but it's still fun just to ride your motorcycle. So
Yeah, that woods.
now
woods
it's
riding
awesome
is
to have, none of my friends growing up ever rode. So it's cool now. I know they're a lot younger than I am, but they go to the track with me all the time. So it's kind of nice to have, students as friends to go to the track and mentor them. And I got these kids that hit some jumps this year that have never left the ground. So it's cool now to give back and
That's
just
cool.
go rip around on the weekends.
I was gonna
Slade,
say
how
that.
is he? Is he any good?
He's all right. He's a lot of talk.
Yeah, it's funny.
Talking
He
some
walked
smack.
across the stage at graduation. I shook his hand and I said, "Don't forget, I still owe you one in the woods." So
So those TikTok clips we're seeing, he's just running the one jump over and over again. Is that what you're telling us? He can't really get in the air?
Yeah, pretty much. He's just doing it for the clout.
Man, at 31, you're the old man, Reid. That's pretty
I
rough.
know.
Pretty
I
rough.
know. They dog on me, but I give it back.
So, Slade, what are you riding? Tell us about your bike.
I ride a KTM 250 four-stroke.
And
Set up
Reid?
for the woods.
I'm currently on a KX 450F at 25. I'm looking to switch to a YZ 250 though.
Nice.
A two-stroke YZ250 two-stroke.
No, I did enough years on the two-stroke growing up, so I'm a four-stroke guy now.
I got you.
Another shameless marketing plug. All Balls Racing has a very large fitment of YZ parts. So keep that in
Oh,
mind.
yeah. YZ and
No,
KTMs as
And
well.
KTM.
Everything really.
Speaking
I know,
of, you just
that's
picked
why
up
I
a
wanna go to
KTM,
one.
didn't you? Steve's a KTM man.
Yeah, I'm a KTM guy. I'm obviously a little older than the two of you, but so I'm kind of winding down as far as how hard I hit it. But I just picked up a 350 XCF the other day, so it works for me because I can, if we're somewhere where there's some trails nearby, I can just jump on, ride it down the road, since it's street legal,
Yeah.
and jump
Yeah.
on the trails. So for me, that's nice. But I had a 300 XCW you for quite a number of years. Loved that bike, and but I also rode some YZ250s over the years. I had a few of those, and so I'm keeping myself a little lower to the ground than back then, though, for sure.
Yeah. Hey, if you can walk every day, you can still do it. That's what I say.
Absolutely.
You know?
Speaking
My
of still
family
doing
races. Sorry to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
I was saying my whole family races. So my dad races, my mom races. They're both 56 years old, still after it on the weekends with me. So it's cool. My nephew now is into it. He's on a super mini. So it's nice. It's like
Nice.
we're a whole family showing up at the track on the weekend and everybody's riding. But it's cool.
So, Reid, you said you got some other students that wanted to pop in and say hello. Are they available?
Yeah, you want me to grab them real quick?
Yeah, go grab them.
Yeah,
All right,
absolutely.
you can bother this one real quick.
Yeah. Slade, what do you got going on this summer?
Hopefully a lot of racing and riding. This weather finally quits raining. It's been raining for like a week straight. It's supposed to rain till like Tuesday. I got a race Sunday.
Nice. Where's that at? Local?
Promised Land, Maryland.
Okay. So you're traveling a little bit to do some racing then. That's good.
Yep.
And is your whole family, are they kind of involved the same way Reid's family is?
No, it's just me.
Just you? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to stand back here if that's cool.
Yep, that's good. What's up,
All right.
fellas? How you doing?
Good, all right.
Good. How are you?
Good. I'm Matt. Steve's across the
Steve.
table from me.
Why don't you guys introduce yourselves and kind of tell us a little bit about, about what you're doing in school and what you're doing outside of school and what your plans are.
I'm Carter. I just started this year, trying to learn more about mainly the engines, like bottom end and whatnot. Plan to start like my own little business during the summertime sometime. Just
Nice.
Working on small stuff.
Absolutely. And then when you're done with school, where are you heading? Where do you hope to end up?
Don't really have a great plan right now, but hopefully end up somewhere in dealership putting bikes together.
Very cool.
He's still got two more years to go, but his first year, he's really showing us what he knows how to do. So he just got done building. What was that? Your dad's CR
Yeah,
250.
Yep.
So all balls built on that. He's going to put the bike together this summer and then bring it back in when school starts up, so we can do like a startup and a nice video on that. So pretty cool. He did that all by himself, full bottom end, top.
Excellent.
Nice.
Who's sitting next to you?
Caden.
Hey,
Cade?
Caden.
Yeah.
What about you? What do you got going on?
I would like to say that this shop was the best I could have for starting out having we didn't have no teacher at the beginning of first year. Then he came in and we had a lot of projects we could do. So I eventually got a job that works at races, and also I work at the garage for the people that do the races.
Very cool. So
That's
what
excellent.
do you do at the races? I mean, what's your job when you're at the track?
I generally help around, like if the trash gets picked up for now, or help out the gate for when they get the money taken for the bracelets. Small other stuff too. Tech inspection also.
Nice. Well, your class that you're in, that's got to help out quite a bit with the tech inspections for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a local wood series around here, and the owner of it has his own shop where they maintain the equipment and customers' bikes and stuff like that. So we got him over there to work both places, which is nice.
Good
Well, that's
experience
good.
too.
Well,
yeah.
always stay around the sport, stay around the industry. I know I can tell you, I had conversation with our general manager just this morning. We're super stoked to continue to support you guys. We're going to continue to support you guys so that you have an opportunity to take this knowledge and make your way into an industry that you enjoy. I know I can speak for myself. Just being around it makes coming to work not work. Just it's a lot of fun to do it. On top of that, Our general manager said we're going to continue to try and find opportunities for you guys within the industry. I know Reid and I have been talking about a former student and one of our business partners. There's always opportunities to get you guys involved, and this is an excellent place to start.
And I'm going to jump in here and kind of add to that a little bit. I had a conversation with a good friend of mine yesterday, and I was explaining to him how fortunate I feel to be able to come to work here every day simply because there really aren't that many industries out there or jobs out there where you go to work every single day and work with a product or something like that you love outside of work. I mean, we're all riders here. We look forward to coming to work. On a Friday afternoon, if they're dropping a new model at the local dealership, we'll run down to the local dealership, check it out. I don't know any plumbers at all who on their lunch break run over to one of the big box, Menards or something like that to check out the new toilets. It just doesn't happen. So we're really lucky to be doing what we're doing.
We're
Yep.
totally going to get negative comments from the plumbers out there on that one, Steve.
I love the plumbers out there.
You're telling me these guys don't get
service.
excited about that new Kohler
That new color silent flush.
Silent Flush 2000 coming out?
I've
That's
heard
what I
it's a
told
great
the
piece
school
of
because
equipment.
whenever we first started doing the dirt bike stuff, they were more so for the smaller engine stuff. And I said, have you ever seen a kid smiling running a pressure washer or smiling
Yeah.
working on a dirt bike? So
No, when I saw what you were posting, I wanted to jump on right away because it made total sense. Trades in general, plumbing not being harsh, but tradesmen and skilled trades in general are in a decline. We need it. And to be able to get a small engine shop that, like you said, that students are getting thrown into without a lot of opportunity, to be able to completely rebuild a 2-stroke, 4-stroke engine is pretty cool. It's going to help out the industry. It's going to give people opportunities, and it's cool stuff to talk about.
yeah, even if they don't use it right out of high school. I mean, a mechanic's a mechanic. I know a lot of people that, like myself, I've went and done HVAC for a little while just because it's kind of relevant to the same thing. But if they don't do it right out of high school and 5 years down the road, they want to get back into it. They have the knowledge and the opportunity to kind of go wherever they want,
Absolutely. Now, do you guys have cross disciplines? Are you learning how to weld, other machining, or are you just focused on the engine work?
We have a welder that we can mess around with a little bit.
Yeah.
We got some other shops here too, so we'll go down once in a while, use the vapor blaster. We just got a sand blaster, so we started getting into powder coating, learning how to do that. We're going to try to do some Cerakoting next year. We do have just a regular MIG welder. We don't have nothing special, but we do have a welding shop that does a lot of our TIG and stuff. There's a lot of different things they can do here to be like well-rounded. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Learn to work with the tools. Even if it's not your forte, you're not going to become a welder, but to come out of there with some mechanical aptitude is always valuable. I know I started later in life. I needed YouTube to get me to the point where I was figuring out how to change my own oil, then you start doing starters, and you just progressively move on from there. But to have a program like this where you get to spend your classroom days instead of algebra, learning how to do a top end repair, I'd much rather be doing that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
our
it's
shop
awesome.
class was nothing like that back in the day.
No.
We made little metal boxes and things like
Yeah.
that, and there really wasn't an opportunity within my school system, anyways, to get this kind of an education. I wish there was. Everything
Absolutely.
I learned at an early age, I kind of learned by trial and error. So, no formal education available here for that.
Well, we're talking about school. I know you guys are going to be finishing up here, and some of the seniors are moving on. That doesn't mean that All Balls Racing is going to stop with the program and start. Reid, tell us about the conversation you had with Shelby and I earlier this week.
Oh, about the
That's
the
your
influencer.
sponsorship, man. Your sponsorship.
So
Rider
All
Sport.
Ball Racing jumped on and sponsored me. So I'm now a sponsored rider by All Balls. I'm proud to represent them at all the events I'm going to be attending this summer, and hopefully get to meet up with you guys at some point during the summer and do some content. do some riding and deck out my bikes with all the All Balls gear. And it's so nice having all the parts handy. So after I'm done racing, I can do the maintenance or make one of these kids come over the house and prep my bikes for me.
If we have time.
That's what everybody at the track keeps saying. They're like, "Where's your kids at? Why aren't they here wrenching on it for you?" And
Keep them
we'll get
humble,
there.
boys. Keep them humble. Well, we can't thank you enough for representing All Balls Racing. We're excited about your sponsorship this year. We're going to keep supporting you. Hey, if other people want to know more about the program, hopefully other sponsors want to jump on and help you guys with equipment, where do they find you? Not just it's Reid Miller, which is your Instagram handle, but how can they contact you at the school or whatnot to help out?
Yeah, basically you can call over to Fayette CTI, which is just short for Fayette Career and Technical Institute, located in Uniontown, Pennsylvania. You can call the school, ask to speak to Mr. Miller. They'll send you right down to my line. Or if you have me on social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, it's Reid Miller, send me a message on there. Tell me who you are, how you'd like to help, and I'll respond back or give you my cell phone number and we can chat. Anybody out there that works in the motorsports industry or has a business, if you're local or semi-local, you're more than welcome to come in and speak to the kids one day. We have a lot of guest speakers try to come in and motivate the kids. We have a suspension guy that comes in and we'll do forks for the kids. But we'd like to see more people come in. Definitely more field trips. I know there's not a whole lot around here, but even a visual tour guide, if anybody out there has something like that could provide to us, where a film around an actual facility or shop that shows a little bit more in depth. I can only find so much on YouTube for these kids to see, but something like that would be awesome too.
You know, we do have a couple questions here for the students. You know, in the learning process, you always have to, you know, it's part of it. You make mistakes, and I'd like to hear from each of them. You know, what was a mistake that had happened when you were assembling? You know, and you know what did you learn from that? What did you do to correct that? You know, just give us some insight into learning process that you have there.
We'll start with Caden because he has a real good one that just happened to him not too long ago. So go ahead and tell him, Caden.
All right. So when I first put my 250 together, I ran it in the field or whatever, and it decided to not have oil going to the skirt. So the oil pump gear was not on it. I didn't know it because I was flipping sides, trying not to leak oil over the floor. So it locked up, but it still ran after that out in the field. Then I had a issue with doing it again a couple weeks later. So it was painful to see that do it twice and another time, which I honestly forget what that one was.
Yeah, that's how we learn.
So we're
though.
counting three. Is he?
Yes.
He's declaring three.
I think I heard three.
I heard three.
Three.
Yep, it was three one.
So what happened? He was working on the bike. Something with the shift shaft wasn't right, and he kept having to lay the bike on its side. And when he did that, the balance shaft was sliding down, and the oil pump gear fell off. And he didn't know because the stator cover was on. And then Mr. Miller got on it, rode it through the field, and it locked up on him. And
It still ran.
I got the heat for that. I got blamed for it, and then we come to find out it was his fault. So I gave the heat back.
Wow, thanks. Really helped.
Hey, that's you know, I've said it a couple times, but that's how we learn. You know, you make a mistake,
That's it.
and
Yep.
you know, hit yourself on the thumb with a hammer a couple times. You learn not to do it again, right?
Exactly.
So,
Yep.
what about
Or hit
you?
Mr. Miller with the hammer.
Right?
Uh-oh. All right, Carter. We know you screwed some stuff up. Hey, tell them about what you did to my mom's bike yesterday.
Dude, so I put a new front tire on his mom's bike, and I put new brake pads on it, a rotor, and the spacers. And I was trying to get it all to go in, and the bike kind of fell off the stand.
Oh,
Yeah,
Wait till mom hears this podcast.
she didn't have to.
hey, it happens. It happens. It was probably going to get laid down at some point anyways. So, but,
It's
Hey
pretty
boys,
much-
little bit of advice. When you're coming on an All Balls Racing podcast, don't be sporting that Bridgestone, buddy. I know we got
Yeah,
you
I
t-shirts
know.
and
We,
hats. What y'all doing here? Come on now.
We screwed up.
Shout out
today.
to Bridgestone, but we don't sell Bridgestone, so ABR
Yeah.
from here on out.
which kind of leads us to another segment. We'd be interested to hear, some of the stories of, what parts you've used of ours and how our kits are helpful in just assembling, the various components and parts on the bikes. I mean, I've got some laid down on the table here that are, mainly suspension parts. We've got a pretty wide variety of suspension parts. I remember earlier suspension was brought up, but tell us a little bit about how it goes using our parts. What do you like about them?
They're great. That's the first thing I gotta say. My favorite part's probably the rotors. I like them things a lot.
Yeah,
Yep. That or a new shiny piston.
absolutely, and I'm gonna just, since they're here on the table, I'm gonna jump back to this. But one thing that I've always found useful about our products in a lot of cases is that it comes as a kit. So when you buy, say you want to put new bushings in your forks, which I have right here, everything's in the kit. You don't need to search out one part at a time. We
Yep.
send you everything, so you get the bushings, the O-rings, the clips, everything that goes into putting new bushings in. So hopefully that's helped you guys out too.
Yeah, definitely a big thing with the linkage bushings. They run the needles. A lot of these other companies, I've noticed the needles like to fall out of them. So the All Balls kit's really nice. You just press them in, put a little bit more grease on them, and you're done. And then they last a really long time too. So that's one nice thing is the easy install with those.
Yep.
I love brake rebuild too.
Oh yeah, and your brake. Tell them about your brake rebuild. How that thing.
So I have my brakes lock up on me at the track. So we got the rebuild kit from you guys, and all the master cylinder, rotors, pads, pretty much everything on the front brakes we replaced, and everything was there for the kit that I needed. Didn't have to buy anything else.
Good deal.
I'll just get more
That's the
packaged.
goal.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, you guys keep doing it, keep learning. Remember that the learning process takes you so much further. Like we were joking about algebra. I don't know if I use algebra, but I know that once I know how to fix something, I know how to fix it. So take advantage of the opportunity that the school and Reid's given you, and just keep wrenching.
And best of luck to all of you. We hope you all end up where you want to end up in your adult life and enjoy yourselves as much as Matt and I do.
Thank you.
Yeah. I keep
And
telling
wear
you
that All Balls gear.
when I need an aid one day, and yeah. My wife takes all my shirts, so I need some more.
we'll hook you up.
She told me yesterday when after we got off the phone, she's like, "Do they know how much I wear All Balls?" And I was like, "I'm pretty sure I told them, but yeah, she has a shirt on literally every single day, so that's where all mine end up."
I think what she's telling you, Reid, is that your social media content doesn't need to be all about you. If she's repping the brand, man, she needs to show up in the vids.
I know. Well, I showed her her on the e-bike, and you don't like e-bikes, so
Hey, they have their place. I'm not against them.
I didn't say I said it's great that you're messing with those e-bikes as long as it graduates the kids into two-stroke. Because we've got a gang here in Waukee, where I'm from. We have a gang of kids that are tearing up the ditches and the culverts with these e-bikes, and then the Karen moms come out and try to shoo them away because they don't want them out there. I'm just hoping and they graduate from those little things onto something with a gas oil mix.
Yeah.
Hey, and by the way, if you notice somebody's missing, Jake Masters is in preparation for the Bagger Racing League that's coming up, the opening season this weekend in Nebraska. So shout out to Jake. Hope you guys do well. Him and the Sunders crew are riding for Suburban Harley Davidson in the BRL. There'll be 3 All Balls Racing Harley Davidson modified bikes out there, and we'll be excited to report the results of that in next month's episode.
All new graphics, all new leathers, all new helmets. It's going to be a sharp crew this year.
All balls all the time. Thank you, boys. Thank you,
Thank you,
Reid,
gentlemen.
for taking time out of your school day. Hopefully I got you out of history or English. And just keep wrenching, and we look forward to doing a follow-up and talk with you guys when the school year starts next year.
Good deal. Thank you guys a ton.